Morning, everybody, and welcome to Divinely Designed Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reid, and we're here for our weekly live stream. I do apologize about last week. I wasn't feeling the best, and I thought it was best that I rest, and then that way I could be back for this week. Also, some of you may have noticed that I haven't been vlogging for the last 2 weeks, and that is because I have been so busy with the Women's Prize for Fiction that I thought something had to give. So I thought I'll take a little bit of a break. We had over 60 videos for the last couple of months. I did, however, put up a bag tutorial. So that is over on the channel as well. And you can see that. I am just sharing this content with some people. So just bear with me for 1 moment. So yeah, just letting everybody know that crafty sprints are happening, and I'm a little bit behind this morning. It is a dreary day here in Kingaroy, but I am pretty happy about that because it makes for a good crafting day. I have some stuff in front of me. That's why I look like I am a little bit contortioning at the moment, because I have my project in front of me, which happens to be cross stitch today. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm actually going to work on my Heaven and Earth because I have not worked on that for the last couple of weeks as well. So hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know in the comments, and just getting everything set up everywhere. And that is all done. So I can now come back here. And put my background, could make it a little less dark. And that. So I'm going to work on a Heaven and Earth design today. I've moved all my stuff in here. I don't know whether it was easier to move the stuff into here or whether it would have been easier to move the computer out there. Because both are very awkward, because I've got to get past an industrial sewing machine, which is right in the doorway. And I've got to get it out of here. So I think next time Savannah comes up here, I might actually ask her to help me move it out, because it is really heavy. And there's no way, like even just to move it, like slide it, it's really heavy. So for those that are wondering, I have finished doing the Women's Prize for Fiction stuff. I, however, have not finished doing the Women's Prize for Fiction for non-fiction. So there's now, I think it's like 7-8 week wait until we find out who the winner is. The shortlist was announced yesterday. I'm slightly disappointed by it, but I will talk a bit more about that on the book channel tomorrow. I didn't do a live reaction because I was just, I had no words. So it would have been a pretty poor reaction. So I decided that I'll talk a little bit about it tomorrow when I start sprints tomorrow, and then I can just snip that out if I need to. So anyway, as I said, I'm here to do some stitching on my Heaven and Earth. I need to get quite a number of stitches in, so I figured the 3 45-minute sprints will be good to get some decent stitches in there. I need to have 1,000 stitches in this by Sunday, so I can put another 500 in, because next year I will be focusing on this, and I really want to make sure that I have a lot of stitching done on it, so it is more feasible for me to finish it next year. So I'm doing this on 28 count even weave. That was the word that I was looking for. And it is a gridded fabric, and I'm doing 10 stitch. And I'm using 2 strands. Now, a lot of people say that's too much, I can't do it, and all that sort of stuff, but I really like the coverage. Now, I'll just bring it up so you can see it. This is where we're at. I don't know how well you're going to see this side of it, but there is some stitching over here you can see. And I just really like the coverage. So I had started another one on 25 count, and I just didn't like the coverage of it. I don't like to see the fabric, and you could see like the fabric from a distance you can't, but up close you can. And considering, you know, a lot of people spend anywhere from 2 to 5 years on something like this, it makes it for me, it made it very annoying, and I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted to enjoy my stitching, so that's why I decided to do this on 28 count. Not only that, it makes it a lot smaller. Instead of it being huge, it makes it a lot smaller. So, so this will be a decent, like it'll probably be about this high by about this wide, and it's a lot cheaper to frame. It's a lot cheaper to, like even floss wise, it's also cheaper in that aspect because you're not using as much floss because you're not doing it on the 25 count. I mean, each to their own. I just really like having the 28 count. And I would even go as far as 32 count with some of them. I'll probably only use one strand then. But yeah, I really, really like it. So yeah, so that's what I've got so far. So over here, there's probably about another 8 stitches past this line here, and that's the edge of the page, and that's the top of the thing. So this is all like sky, and this is a tree in the foreground. I don't actually have the picture of what it's going to look like, but I should be able to bring it up and share that screen with you. Let me just put Red Dragon. By Jasmine. Okay, you're not going to come up? Beckett? It's going to make me type it all out. Oh, there we go. All right. Let me just have a look. There it is. Let me just open this up, and then I will share this tab with you. Now, this is for the poster that I'm showing you. I'm just showing you the picture, not the actual. Let me just go over here for a second and add that to the stage. So you can see there that that's what it looks like. So I have done this tree bit here, and I'm working the top sky bit. I'm in this section over here, and at the bottom you can see the top of the wings just starting. Like I haven't stitched them yet, but they're coming in, and down behind that we've got a mountain scene and everything. So the reason that I am stitching this, I can talk about this on the channel now, because the simple fact is that Savannah she knows about it now because it wasn't going to be ready for her. So I'm probably going to get her a poster, give that to her on her 21st. And then this will follow the following year. Because I lost my stitching mojo there for almost 2 years, yeah, I didn't stitch on hardly anything. So, yeah, it really did put a chink in my stitching, losing that mojo. But it seems to be back now, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I have done a lot of stitches on this so far. Let me just bring up the stats for you. I can't tell you exactly what I've stitched on in the last couple of weeks because I haven't stitched on it at all. But I do have the information. So the whole chart has 203,600 stitches in it, and I'm at 15.57%, which equates to 31,703 stitches that I have done so far. So yeah, so I have a app called Pattern Keeper, and as I stitch it and mark it off, so all that green area you can see at the end there, that's the stitches that I've got to do in this particular color. It highlights the color, and then once I tick it off, it actually starts to bring the picture up. So eventually the whole picture will be there. This is an app that's only available on Android. It's not available on Apple. So yeah, so what? That's got to be a I haven't bought anything off Etsy, so that's got to be a scam. I'm like, I haven't bought anything. Did I buy something? So yeah. But anyway, I better sit that there because I need that as I'm working today. So I'm hoping to get at least 500 in stitches in this morning, and then I'll probably work on it a little bit more later on today. Now, the crafting vlogs will be starting up again. They'll drop on Monday. I am starting to film again tomorrow because I have finished with the Women's Prize for Fiction long list, and subsequently shortlist. So that is all good. I don't have to read any of those books, but I am over the course of the next couple of months reading some of the nonfiction because they look very interesting. But today we're here for craft, so we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Let's have a look and see who is here and joining us today. We have Chrissy. Hello, Chrissy. Happy stitching. Need to make binding for a massive quilt. I just got back from my quilter. Nice. I like that part of the. A lot of people say they hate the binding part. I don't hate it. Considering that I stitch a lot of bindings for people, that I don't mind it. I think it's quite relaxing, and plus I get to sit down and listen to a book or watch TV or something along those lines. So I guess two birds and all that sort of stuff. Just Kiwi's also here. Go and have a shower in the first sprint. Have a break from my computer. Doing some massive editing today. That's fair enough. A morning to Aria. How are you? Not sure I'll be working on not sure if I'll be working on my Fox today or not. Might read and play it by ear. That's fair enough. I'm always on time. I'm always on time on the Craft Channel, and also on Fridays. It's maybe 1 or 2 minutes late, but I'm generally always on time. That I a lot of time if I'm late, I'm actually waiting for Coda because or people to come on and stuff like that. It's just that Coda works on the days that I sprint, so that's why a lot of time we run a little bit late. And we've seemed to have worked through a lot of our tech issues as well. We had a lot there for a while when they upgraded all this. We kept getting like error messages and stuff like that, and Coda was struggling with some of the like cameras and all that sort of stuff not working properly, or the sound not working properly. But it seems to have alleviated now, and it doesn't seem to happen as much. In the last couple of weeks, I've been like dropped into the stream. It's just stopped my opening video. Like, I don't even know why. I just did it, and then all of a sudden I'm on screen. I'm like, hey, was not expecting you to be there. And I think the sound has somewhat improved itself as well. So yeah, but these things happen and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm always on time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes late, but close enough to it. Toya's also here. Hello. Reading may have to wait until tonight, but so far I'm really enjoying Memory Keeper's Daughter. Where are you up to? I meant to text you earlier, but I got sidetracked with messages and all that sort of stuff, and I haven't replied to half of my messages yet. So where did you get to? I got to chapter 3 yesterday, and then I put it down when you went for a nap. Amber Lee's also here. Hello, Amber Lee. How are you? Really struggling to put the thread into the needle, and sometimes it pisses me off when I can't get it. Needle threader, order yourself a needle threader. Save your life. Those things will. So yeah. I always use a needle threader. I don't try to do it myself. And I also use, from the chemist, how you can get these magnifying glasses. I get these and I use them. Take these glasses off and use those ones. But if you've got a specialized script, it probably won't work for you. But if you don't, and you just use glasses for reading, because I can see everything around me, it's just for reading. Like the computer's blurry. But, like if I enlarged it, I could probably make it out. Like I can know that Jean's there. I can see that Jean's done a couple of comments and whatnot. So, yeah. Needle threader all the way. I actually need to go and get mine because I didn't bring mine in with me. Although I actually pre-threaded. So I hopefully won't have to do that. But I will go and grab that once we start because, if I unthread the needle by accident or whatever. But, yeah, needle threader all the way. Try not to get the cheap ones. Let me just see if I've got a picture of it. Okay, there they are. You can get them from Temu. They're like super cheap. There's 2 different sorts that I use. Let me just bring this one up. This is just the picture that I'm showing you. I hate that about Temu. Get rid of that. Okay, so go away, all the pop-ups. So I use these, okay, and I use the small end. And you get them like $2. You get like, how many's in that? 20 pieces. So these don't break. Whereas, let me just have a look. Whereas these sort, did that come up? Yeah, those sort break all the time. Okay. So yeah, you can get those sort, and I would avoid these ones as well. No picture. These ones as well. They don't last either. So you want to go for those first ones that I showed you, which are these ones here. So I don't know if the other one came up or not. I wasn't on there. So yeah, you can get them from Temu. You can get them from AliExpress. You can get them from Amazon. They're all really cheap. And just look for that type there, and those ones will never fail you. So yeah, they're super cool. I use them all the time. I have had ones that I have been handmade and all that sort of stuff, but they come from the United States. They're super expensive, and they didn't last either. So yeah. All right. Let me just have a look where we're back to here. There we go. Jean says, hello, Nicole and everyone. I went to a conference today and sat in sucking chairs, and my body is screaming. Oh, worst kind. Probably will be reading Zodiac Academy at 30%, but I do want to crochet, says Jean. Jojo's also here. Hello, Jojo. How are you? I don't hate binding. I love hand sewing. I love hand sewing it down. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah. Hey, Chris, how you going? You're disappointed like me, right? Luckily, we're done with it. So yeah. Hopefully you've seen what I put up. Did you see that I put up needle threaders and stuff, Ria? Because I was just showing it. You might have to go back a little bit and see what they are on my recommendations. I'm going to be past chapter 3. Awesome. In chapter 3. That's cool. There's a lot of things happening in those chapters. Yes, there are. Hello, bestie. How are you? I feel like it's forever since I spoke to you. But I only spoke to you a little while ago, so it's like so weird. Hello, friends. Dakota. Hugs, Dakota. And hello, Dakota from Toya. So yeah, so Ria, did you get that? If you didn't see the needle threaders, just go back a little bit. I did share the screen. I'm not sure if you are still on the screen or not. So yeah. Dakota. All right, we have got to the end of the comments. So yeah. Kind of saying hello to Jessica Kiwi and Toya, Chris, Ria, and Jean and Emily and Hello Moon. No worries. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Yeah, they make life so much easier. So much easier. So yeah, all the hellos coming in for Coda and whatnot. It's still raining here. Not heavy like yesterday. I don't know what we ended up getting in rain yesterday, but it was pretty heavy. And yeah, but today it's still wet out there. It's drizzling and whatnot. So I didn't go for my walk today, unfortunately. I woke up and I thought, oh, I could go for a walk. And then I looked at that and I'm like, no, I'm not getting wet. I'm not getting wet today. No. So I'm going to do a little bit of exercise this afternoon. Hopefully the sun will come out. It's supposed to clear up today. So hopefully I can go for a walk this afternoon and listen to more Outlander and all the things. I have not finished that yet, and I want to finish that today. So that will be what I'm going to be listening to while we do some stitching. All right, let me bring up the timer because I accidentally stopped sharing the screen. So let me bring that up. Okay, add that to the screen. It's down the bottom. I'm going to put the B right back and change the camera angle and all the rest of it as to not make you sick. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I will be back in 1 moment. All right, so where is it? There it is. All right. big stretches and get this into the, hopefully I've got this in the right spot and I can bring this around. Just got to move some stuff and bring this over. Is that up the right way? Can't tell if it's up the right way or not. No, it's not. Okay. Sorry, it's got to go in a certain way, and if it doesn't go in a certain way, it gets all weird. All right, let me just see if that is working and bring over my light, because cross stitching without a light is not great. All right, so hopefully this is where you can see it. My hands are up the right way. Awesome. Oh, that's in my eye. Sorry about this. All right. Okay, so that looks like I'm going to have to do some adjusting and make it look a bit straight and come down just a touch. There we go. How's that look? Everybody happy with that? You can see that. Get that a bit straighter. There we go. All right. Tell you, it's a mission. All right. So that's where we're at. I think I'm good right there. I can reach everything. My fabric is out of the way. Let me just hook that up. Sorry. Big arm in the way. Just get that out of the way. All right. How's that? Is everybody happy with that? I'm just going to bring my light a little bit closer. There we go. That way I can see what I'm doing, because they are tiny, tiny little holes. So, yeah. And these are the magnifiers that I use, so you can see. Let me just turn that light off. So you can see it enlarges the holes really well, and I just wear those, and they work really well for me, and they're not heavy on my head or anything like that. So take it away, so you can see the holes a lot better. And that's why I use those. All right, let me turn that light on. Let that camera adjust a little bit. That's probably going to be in my way, so I need to bring that up a bit. Luckily, it's a bit of a, like, the squeaking you can hear, the crunching you can hear is actually the stem of the lamp, so I can adjust it into different spots. So let me just get that up there. That way it's out of the way, because if I bump it, I'll knock it over. All right, I have my coffee, I have all my things, and we are going to start these sprints. And yeah, so what have we got? Hey Meryl, how you going? I'm not often here. No, you're not. You're never here on a live stream, or very rarely. I think I've only ever seen you twice on a live stream. So yeah. And Jean thinks they might take a nap. That sounds like a good plan on that. So yeah. All right. I think that is in a good spot. What do you think? And everybody can see that okay? I thought I'd put the timer down the bottom today, because the simple fact is it will take up space of where I'm stitching and everything. You might be wondering what all these knots and everything are. These are waist knots. So these will get, so basically when I'm finished, I come over here, and then I usually leave about 5 or 6, sometimes 10. So yeah, so Meryl, if you don't mind, could you not do your shop on my, like, this is my job, mate. Like, can you not? I also sell them too. That, can you not do that? I really would appreciate you not putting up your shop for sale and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Because it's not a place for you to come and sell stuff, Meryl. I'm sorry, but yeah, just don't do it on that, because it's basically, I'm here trying to make a living, and you're coming in and doing that stuff. It's not nice, and it's rude. I wouldn't do it on yours, so please don't do it on mine. So yeah, anyway, these waist knots and everything are they'll get cut away. So what will happen is I'll stitch along, and when my thread starts to run out, I will come over here and I'll bring it up, and then that way I don't have to flip my work or anything like that. And so yeah, so that's why I do that. So if anybody comes on and they see that, you'll know why that is there now. So yeah. All right. I am going to start the timer and get ready to put some stitches in. We'll be sprinting for 45 minutes. Those that have not been here before, basically, what will happen is the mics will go, I will turn my mic down and we're going to hyper focus on our craft or reading or whatever that you're doing. And of course, we'll be back in 45 minutes when the timer goes off, and we'll catch up and see how we all went during that sprint. All right, happy sprinting, everybody, and I'll see you all in 45 minutes. All right. We are back. How did everybody go during that sprint? Did you get some stuff done? I I did not get as many stitches as I wanted. I got 170 stitches in during that sprint. So yeah, I was on the phone for a bit and then I got a knot and it all happened. I had to try and undo that one-handed. But I did get some stitches in, so that's all good. So I'm hoping to get at least 500 by the time we finish sprints today, and then I'll probably just sit in the, I've got a couple of books that I want to listen to and finish up. I'm almost finished Outlander. I think I've only got about half an hour left of that because I'm listening to the audio today. And so yeah, I've got several I think I've got one or two books that I still have on audio to finish. So I think Lasher is one of them. So if you're still here, Jessica Kiwi, I will finally get that finished. And I've got the Naughty and Nice book club one to finish. So I might just end up doing just stitching on this all day today. I haven't done any craft in the last couple of weeks because the simple fact is I was just focusing on getting those books read because we had only 4 weeks to read those books and there was 16 on the list. I read 15. I'd already read one, so that was okay. And yeah, so basically I sort of just I focused on that, and yeah, and I was away for a weekend and all that sort of stuff, and I just felt like not filming, so which is sometimes you need to do that. So yeah, so I'm hoping to get more stitches into this today. You can actually see that there's a color difference. There was a change in the dye lot of the color, and yeah, because I used the leftover from a bobbin that I had of it, and yeah, so I used a leftover bit, and it was a different color. Like it was the same number, but just a different. And it's not the first time it's happened. A friend of mine was working on something and she had the same thing with her. So obviously they changed the dye lots. And that's why it's so important to have all your floss. Like when you buy your floss, you buy all your floss for your heaven and earth. And I know that sometimes they've got, 90 colours plus in them. So it can cost a lot of money to get them. But it's well worth it because then you don't have this problem where you can see a little bit of a change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, once I'm done it and I step away from it, finish this color, because this color doesn't have much left to go in it. It's a little bit down a bit further and that's about it. But once I've done that, I'm going to step away a bit, and you can see here where it comes in and it sort of looks like it's all wavy and whatnot, all this bit here. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually just coming in a little bit, doing a little bit of a wave and all that sort of stuff, and that should help it blend a bit. And like it's so close to color, like you can actually see it pretty bad on this at the moment, but yeah, I don't know why. And of course I've still got stitches to put in here. I'm slowly but surely doing them, but I won't do them on camera because I actually have to make sure that I'm getting them in the right spot to finish this off. So because it's a lot of color change and whatnot, so I just do a little bit at a time. And yeah, so but it's coming together. Like I think like each one of these little boxes is 100 stitches because they're 10 by 10. So you can see like here is where the page, it actually goes over about 8 stitches, and that'll be the end of the page. But here you can see that there's, I don't know if you can see it, there's stitching there, and that's the top of a mountain. This little bit here, that's the top of the dragon's wings. So yeah, so each one of these boxes represent 100 stitches. So there's a lot of stitches to go. I've only got 170,000 plus stitches to go. All right, let's have a look and see how you all went. Toya is got 32 pages read. Nice, done. Just Kiwi has shower and feels so much better. Awesome. I know, right? I completely forgot Lasher was on my still to read. And it wasn't the other day, I think Coda mentioned something when I wasn't on, or maybe it was Jean mentioned something about Anne Rice. And I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot all about that. It was the buddy read that Jean and Coda and I are supposed to be doing that we've progressively put off, I think, since last December, well, November, something like that. So yeah, we're going to eventually get to it, I'm sure. On that, I've got 3 arcs. I'm halfway through one right now. And I've got another 2 that I want to get done by the end of the month. So I'm hoping to get them done pretty quickly. It's just trying to get back into reading with my eyes after a solid month of audio booking and immersive reading and having that audio book there to keep you on track. And these don't have audio books, so. And I can't use them on Speechify. I can do one on Speechify, but I'm just, it's so it's, I think it's only 90 pages or something, the one I'm reading now, so it's like not even worth going through Speechify. I'd have it done though. On that, so. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Excuse me. And now I'm snacking on crackers and hummus. Nice. I have to make some hummus today. On that. I done some meal prep yesterday and the day before. I half cooked a whole heap of potatoes, and so I can just chuck them in and have them with lunch. And so last night for dinner I wasn't really hungry, so I had a salad bowl and it's just 3 potatoes that were just chunks, and I air fried them, and they're like chunky chips. So that was a nice dinner, and yeah, I enjoyed that. And then for a snack I had some rice crackers and olives with a little bit of cheese. It was good. But I didn't have any hummus. I was actually looking for hummus, and I'm like, it's 7:30. I couldn't be bothered making any right now. So that is one thing that I have on my list today to make. Finally working on picking up the collar and on the hand-spun sweater, and it's a huge pain. Oh, is it? I've never made anything like clothing-wise from knitting or anything. So yeah, it's something that I want to do. I did I was having a bit of a look in Etsy, I think it was in December, and that, looking at the different things that I could make and whatnot. But I've always wanted a really long crocheted jacket. I love long jackets, and I've always really wanted one. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have to find a really long one and do it. So I thought I might check out Lion Brand and see what they've got over there and whatnot. No, there's another Anne Rice book that Jean Coder and I are reading. I think it's The Feast of All Saints or something. So yeah. And I think they were talking about that the other day. So, because that reminded me of Lasher. And yeah, so have to finish Lasher and then work out when we're going to be reading Feast of All Saints, which I was looking the other day, and all my Anne Rice books are together except for that one. So I have no hell of an idea where that's ended up, because I know I have it. So yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's up with my box set. Is my box set down there? No, my box set's there. So I don't know where that is. Interesting. Lasher's on the shelf though. It should be on my TV. I can't. Coda hasn't even started Lasher. Thank you. Yeah, that sneeze come out of nowhere. Picking up collars are a pain in the ass. Yes. I normally don't mind picking up, but this one has to be done differently than what I'm used to. Or it looks bad. Oh, okay. That's fair. Yes, Feast of All Saints. I was talking about my must-reads for the year. That's right. Yeah. No, Coda has not finished. It hasn't even started Lasher. So yeah. And I'm halfway. I'm pretty sure. Where's my phone? I'm pretty sure I'm halfway through because I have that on audio. Let me just bring up Audible, and I'll have a look. The library. Where is it? Oops. Yeah, I've got 3 hours and 54 minutes left. I'm on chapter 22. So I will switch over to that once I'm finished Outlander. So yeah. So no, Coda hasn't started. Oh, dearie me. But And there's Count of Monte Cristo that I want to finish off as well, but I haven't been able to get the audiobook for that. I did have it on because it's French and there's a lot of French language in it and stuff like that. I'd rather have the audiobook because at least then I can understand what the hell I'm reading. To be fair, if I didn't do it for Scarathon, I probably wouldn't have finished it yet either. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's okay. Because you've done the whole 3, haven't you? You read Teltos as well, whatever it is. Teltos? Yeah, Teltos. You've also read that as well. That's another one. I don't have that on audiobook, so I'm going to have to look at getting that. But you did. I think it was you that said that we could have done without Teltos. So I may not end up finishing that just yet. I may wait a little bit from that. So yeah. Going to just close my eyes for this next sprint, and we'll look for an audiobook. Nice. Well, your nap is coming soon because we are. Oh, you haven't read it yet. Okay, I was waiting for you. Okay, cool. No worries. All right. Well, I will. June. I'll read it in June. I'll have Lasher finished and we'll read it in June because I'm doing it because I don't have it on Kindle and because of Kindle Mayhem. So if June's okay with you, it's almost like 9 months to read a trilogy. I just don't know that Teltos will be needed based on how Lasher ended. Okay, interesting. All right. I don't know. Are you a completionist? Do you need to finish the trilogy? Or are you satisfied with how it is? I don't know yet because I haven't got to the end. So, but there could be something because I don't know. There could be something in it. Cool. Awesome. June it is. I'll put it on the calendar. I'll probably get the audiobook for it because, to be fair, I've listened to the others. So, all right, let me add this to the stage, hide that, and then go over here, go to the focus, and we're going to mute the mics and start another sprint so I can get some more stitching in. I'm satisfied, but I'm also really curious. She had to have written it for a reason. Yeah, that's it. That's understandable. I'm sort of like I am very much a completionist. It has to be pretty bad for me to go, you know what, I'm done. Or I'm bored with it, like there's been, 500 books in the series and I'm done. Like some of the cozy mystery ones, I never finish those series a lot of time because by the time you get to the 10th, 11th book, it's just the same story over and over again. Nothing really, unless they've got like a subplot where you're learning about the main character. Like I listened and read ACF Bookins' Stitches in Crime series. And I think I've got one more to read of that, and I'll be up to date. But I liked that because we had this subplot of a romance happening in the background. She was a historian, and I mean, granted, you'd never want her to come to your place because she's going to find a dead body there and cause upheaval for you and all that sort of stuff. But there was these lots of little subplots happening in it, and it was really like the stories that were in it, like touched on topics that are in the news and stuff like that, transgender situations and how people are dealing with it and all that sort of stuff. They didn't go in depth. Also, like organ, there was one where they had come across some people and they were selling organs. So there was a lot of stuff that was relevant to now in these cozy mystery, and they were really good. Chrissy, if you're still listening, I think there's 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, like I think there's 11 out now, and I don't have 11 on my shelf. I do have, or actually, do I have? I think I do have number 11 on my shelf, and that's the one I haven't read. So we were doing it as a group read on our Discord, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. Like, I looked forward to them each month. They were really quick reads. They were about 100 and something pages. I've got them on my shelf because I think that they'll be great to revisit later on, even though I know what's going on. And she has a craft store as well, so there was lots of little bits and pieces in it that were really good. And like, we got to know her and her family as well, so which was good. And she had a little boy and she had a cat that she's take with her and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. All right, let us start. Let me put the banner up. We're going to mute our mics again. We'll be back in 45 minutes for those that can't see the timer. The timer is down the bottom. I am, however, going to be on another screen, so I won't know if everything's disappeared or not. So I will periodically check, though, to make sure I'm still there. Just I can't see the timer from where I'm sitting with my magnifier, so I have the big timer on, so I can at least keep an eye on it because I may not come back otherwise. And you need me to come back, right? All right, let's start the timer, and I'll see you all in 45 minutes. All right. We're back. Just had to go to the loo. All right, we're back. All right. Hopefully that hasn't moved too much for you on that. I have now put in 495 stitches, so I'm definitely on target to put 500 in while we do these sprints. I have a cuppa. I got a Yeti. Sorry, just grabbing stuff. I got a Yeti cup, so my coffee now stays warm for ages. I made this way before the sprints, about 20 minutes before the sprints, and it's still nice and warm, which is absolutely fantastic, because that's the one thing I do miss on crafty sprints, because I don't get up and leave. Generally don't get up and leave unless I absolutely have to. And yeah, so it makes it hard when all you really want is a cuppa, and you can't have one because you're live streaming. So yeah, all right, now I've got to get comfortable again. So yeah, I think that's where it was sitting, about there on that, but I did have to move it a bit. So, but I should end up getting down pretty close to the bottom here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, and I sort of don't want to move it, but there is a line of stitching that goes up here. So yeah, so hopefully, as I said, each one of those little squares represent 100 stitches. So I doubt whether I'll get them all done, but I'm going to give it a red hot go. I should at least get down to about halfway through here that in the next sprint. So yeah, what's the time now? 11:15. So if I went, go 1/2 so it's 1/4. So yeah, I think that I will end up getting that down. So because we're quite productive here, and that we just do the 3 sprints, because sitting any longer than that is actually pretty hard to do. So that's why, like, I can do longer sprints for the booktube one, because I can get up and change positions and all that sort of stuff and move when the sprints are happening. But when I'm doing the crafty sprints, I can't exactly do that. So, and I just tried to take some of my stitches out. So let me just put them back in. I bumped my phone and cleared a heap of stitches. So yeah, it's not good. I don't want to take them out. So yeah, so hopefully you can see that okay with the, whack myself in the head with the light. It's not good. There we go. That's a bit better. I can see a bit better now too myself. So yeah, it is coming together quickly though. Like, I'm quite surprised how quick I am stitching it this year. Because when I started stitching on this again, none of this down here was done. And I think there was some over here that I hadn't done. And then I started this new section. So I started this again, I think it was at the end of January. I decided that I was going to stitch on it each week and put 500 stitches in. So I've done all of that, all of this. I filled in some stuff that you can't see on camera. So stuff over here, filled them in as well. But I think I was only at, like, I think I've done 10% in maybe 8% in the last 8 weeks or so. And of course I have missed a couple of weeks, so doing this today should get me back up to date. I think I've got I didn't do stitch on it last week or the week before, so I have to have 1,000 in before Sunday, and then I'll go back to my 500 stitches. And obviously I do more than that. Like, that is my minimum of what I'm going to do. So I try to do more than 5. Like, my minimum is 500 each week. Most weeks I do between 500 and 800 stitches. So yeah, so, and as I said, I started it a couple of years ago, and then put it down for a couple of years. Sorry, I'm just tightening up my fabric because it was quite loose. And then put it down for a while. So I'm glad that I'm back to it now and just getting the stitches done. So basically what I want to do by the middle of the year is to have, like, by August, I want to have all of this section filled in, and then right across the top of the page, and then be starting down the next line of 5. So yeah, and the plan is to have this done by the end of next year. If I can get it done by Savannah's birthday, which is the beginning of October, that'd be great. But I am stitching on this for 249 days next year because my friend and I, Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts, is focusing on her Heaven and Earth design that she has, and she'll be finished hers also at the end of next year as well. And so what we're doing is the last 2 weeks of each month, every weekend and every public holiday that we have, which equates to 249 days out of 365, we will be stitching on our Heaven and Earth. So this will be predominantly my focus piece next year. So you will see this a lot in my vlogs if I'm still doing the vlogs then. I may have dropped down or something like that just because I don't know what's going to happen next year. So for the foreseeable future, I'm doing daily vlogs, but yeah, I may end up going down to, 1 or 2 a week. It just depends because when you craft every day, every single day, you do get to a point where you just need to go, you know what, I need to have a day off. So there will be days where I'll just have a day off and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. All right, let's have a look and see how everybody else went. Oh, lots of comments. Okay. I think he does have it on a self-destruct. I don't think it's a self-destruct. It is one of the books that he has to read this year. Ria has stopped cross-stitching and might read for a little bit. Nice. Yeah. That's why I only said that I was only going to do 3 sprints today, because your eyes get tired and stuff like that. I haven't stitched for the whole sprints either, because I was on the phone to my husband for a little spell as well. I really enjoyed all 3 books, Jess, but keep in mind when they were written, it was like getting a new Sarah J. Maas. They made sense as to her thinking when I read them. But keep in mind, she also wrote the Jesus book, which I just detested. I don't remember detesting any of those books. Okay. Is this like, are you talking about Anne Rice? Because are you talking about like The Witching Hour? What are you talking about, Jean? So yeah, it didn't seem that long ago. Fair enough. Reading 3 Wishes by Liane Moriarty. Nice. I'm really, really enjoying this one. I might be a new favorite author. I like Liane Moriarty. I've liked all of the stuff that I've read of hers. So yeah, if you're new like Liane Moriarty, you probably like what's her name? Sally Hepworth as well. Writes similar sort of stuff. Liane Moriarty's books are really good. I really enjoy her. She's an automatic buy for me. So yeah, that's just answering your question right there. Jean also really likes Liane Moriarty as well. I loved Her Husband's Secret, Big Little Lies. Yep, all very good books. And the and Apples Never Fall. That was also really good as well. That came out a couple of years ago now, but yeah, I agree. Husband's Secret was really good. Big Little Lies. I actually read Husband's Secret, but I read it while I was traveling, and it was one that I thought to myself, I need to come back to that one. I have heaps of hers on my shelf to read. I've got a few more, and you can get a lot of her books on audiobook from BorrowBox too, Rhea, as well. So yeah. I couldn't get into Nine Stranger. I heard that a lot about the Nine Stranger one. And the Apple one ended up being really good. It was a little bit slow at the beginning, but it really picked up, and how it ended was amazing. I've read the Apple one, but I also couldn't get into Nine Perfect Strangers or whatever the heck it's called. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people have said that they struggled to get into that one. So yeah, I mean, authors also have off books as well. So they have off days when they're writing. I like that she touches on family dynamics in a lot of her books. Makes the drama more entertaining that way. Very much so. I agree. I read one of hers I didn't like last year, and I can't remember what it's called. Nicole might remember. Wasn't it Apples? The Apples Never Fall? I thought it was that one. I don't know. So many books. I had barely Oh, it was called The Last Anniversary. Yeah, I haven't read that. That one is on my list to read. Now thinking about it, I don't think Taltos was my favourite. Oh, so you were talking about that one. Okay, cool. It was called The Last Anniversary by Leanne Moriarty. I've gotten the second half of the collar band done. Awesome. Love it. Hoping to get all this collar done. Make me like the sweater more. Started hating the way the colors worked up about halfway through, and it's put me off working on it. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. Made a cup of tea, looked at the rain. Oh, you got rain too. And then cursed the library for not having any of my TBR available in audiobooks. They are either on hold for six weeks or months, or they just aren't there. Yeah, I get frustrated with BorrowBox because they have tons of books on there, but they're none of the books that I want to read on that, and they wonder why no one uses the app. Like, get better stuff. And you have no on BorrowBox, you have no option to request because the cover doesn't even come up. At least on Libby, you can put notify me when it comes in, and which helps request. So it's just frustrating. I can't believe I read the Witching Hour books in the 90s. Yeah, it seems like just yesterday, right? It's like a blink of the eye. I love that you looked at the rain. That's all you can do. I've been doing that for weeks. You just look out the window and look at the rain. Most of the booktubers we know weren't even born. I know, right? I was in my 20s in the 90s. Like, I'd already had my first kid. I had one in 93, then one in 99. So, and then I had one in 2004 and 2006. 4 kidlets. And I was a girl that wasn't having children. My library's taken away the option for requesting on Libby. We only have the notify when they come in, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I was born. I'm a 91 baby. Nice. Naughty's baby. Too easy to remember. Yeah, I'm a 70s, so I know, like, it's easy to keep track of my birth date. I turned 55 this year. I cannot believe that I am 55 in 4 months. It's like, whoa. So, yeah. I don't act like a 55-year-old. I don't think I do anyway. We're not even allowed to make suggestions anymore. It's a pain. Yeah, why? Why is that? Maybe someone was getting too happy with granting the wishes. We can't, like, I haven't requested it, but we can click on the notify me when it comes in. And apparently that helps them guide how they're going to purchase books, I guess. So yeah. I count because I know if my family ever comes across my videos, I know that it will piss them off because they didn't think that I'd see past 21. Still here, people. Still here. So yeah. I celebrate my birthday every year we've talked about this before on sprints and that. I see it as my own personal new year and a chance for growth and all that sort of stuff. No, so yeah. Yeah. All right, let's bring it up the time is there already. So we are going to mute. And although the other day I said that I was turning 54 and I'm like, oh, I must be regressing back now. But anyway, we're going to mute and we're going to go to our last sprint of the day. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I was just trying to turn my audiobook off then. I am listening to the Naughty and Nice Book Club book. And yeah, so right, let's have a look and see how everybody went. Jean says I read Anne Rice before you were born. I'd heard of Anne Rice, and one of my really good friends also wanted me to read her back in the 80s, but I was in party mode. I wasn't really reading much at the end of the 80s, early 90s. I was reading some Danielle Steele and all that sort of stuff, but not much more than that. Jackie Collins was probably one that I read a lot of as well. Well, that was weird. Nicole stopped talking right as the timer rang, and that confused me. Yeah, because I went straight into using the timer. Went straight into a sprint. I am watching a documentary about Val Kilmer's of the life of Val Kilmer. And I can't believe he passed away. I am surprised that he lasted as long as he did with his health problems, because he was very ill for a very long time. And it's as much as it is sad to see someone pass away, I feel like for him it was probably a relief for him and his family, and him not being in so much pain anymore. So yeah, he had some very severe health problems, most definitely. How do you stop your hand from hurting as so much after all the craft work? I actually do exercises with my hands on a daily basis. I stretch them out and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I make sure that I massage them and all the rest of it. I actually don't get sore hands from stitching. Like if I'm stitching for hours and hours on end, yeah, I do. But between the sprints, I have, I do this sort of thing with my hands and stretch them out, push them back, push them down, all that sort of stuff, and stretch out all the muscles. And plus also now doing yoga, that's also part of it. You do part of that when you do your workouts. They do focus on your hand as well and whatnot. So a total of 911 stitches I did today. So that's a fair chunk. I pretty much went all the way down, almost got all the way down to the bottom. I actually got further than I thought I would in that sprint. So yeah. Just Kiwi didn't do much that sprint. That's okay. We sometimes have to have those sort of days and all the things. And Amberly says, I got the stitches picked up, and now I have to make sure that I have the same number on each side of the cardigan, which I probably do not. I feel you on that one. I'm like that when I do a border on cross stitch. It's like I'm not sure whether I've got, the right number, and I get really there's one that I'm doing that's got a big border that goes around it. And so I've been slowly itching my way. Like I did it and I counted it, but then I stopped and didn't finish it off. And so I've been slowly inching my way across, and I got across it and I'm like, yes, it is in the right place. And now I've got to go all the way down as well. So yeah. Do you ever feel frustrated when stitching? I feel like that sometimes when I'm stitching. No, because I try not to think about anything negative when I'm stitching, because sometimes negativity, like negative thoughts, can actually bring in frustration. I just make sure that, like, if you're getting frustrated because you're getting knots or anything like that, I just use shorter stitching. And I just slowly do a bit here and a bit there. And if I feel like I'm getting tired, if I'm tired, then that can lead to frustration as well. I get up and walk away from my work. But I love I've been crafting since like I think I was like 7 or 8 when I started doing some sort of craft and all the rest of it. So it's, for me, it calms me down. So and you'll find your zen with it and all that sort of stuff. If you find you're getting frustrated after sitting for long periods, then get up and walk around, go and make yourself a cuppa, use a timer, only do 20 minutes, and then get up, walk around, go do something else, watch a bit of TV. Putting on a really good podcast or a really good TV show while you're stitching, especially one that you've seen before, that you don't necessarily have to watch, or something like true crime, which you can actually just listen to, and stuff like that, is a really good option as well, because then that will calm you down, especially if it's a comfort show. So for me, if I'm feeling a bit how you going about stitching or whatever, I'll put like Friends on or Big Bang or something like that, and I'll sit there and stitch to that. 9 times out of 10, I sit and there is a thing called FlossTube on YouTube. So if you put in FlossTube, you can find a lot of different people's stitching, and they show you what they're working on and all that sort of stuff. But proceed with caution, because you will want to buy stuff. So, but you can put them on and you can just listen, and because you'll stop and you'll look up at the screen and stuff like that. It all helps, and that's something that I did when I was a beginner. So that might help you. That I can recommend. Lots of different people. If you're looking for some recommendations, just hit me up and I can send you some. Maybe because it's a bit I just think frustration. I think with frustration for beginners, okay, you have to remember that cross stitch is a slow craft. Okay, so if I went into this, okay, and thought that I was going to finish this in a couple of months, one, I'm fooling myself, because it is a slow stitching thing. Okay, so it's not something that you can rush, and sometimes you've just got to take a step back and just take a breath and remind yourself that this is something that is slow. It's not something you're going to finish in a day. It depends how big your chart is. It could take you a week to finish something. It could take you a weekend. It could take you years, like this one. You just got to take it slow and remember you're doing it to relax. So if you're starting to feel frustrated, get up and walk away on that, because that half the time that is the problem that people hit. They get frustrated with whatever craft they're doing, and then they don't pick it up again, and then they're missing out on doing something really exciting. Yes, I am excited to be on the Plod Along. No, I will not be doing a diamond painting in honor of my appearance. So yeah, I've already got one big one on the go, which has books in it, and it's going to be part of the library. And I have another big one that I'm actually doing for the door of the library. It's a stack of vintage books with a cup of tea on top, because Savannah's a teetotaler, and this is technically her room. So and she said that she would like that on the door, so that's going to go on the door. Ooh. It's the book 2 of last month's pick, Jean, to answer your question, because we're going forward. We're just, when we do pick a book, we're reading if it's got another book to it, we're reading the series. So we all voted on that at the beginning of the year when we were on sprints, and everybody that was there, which was majority of the Patreons, agreed that would be a good option. So Feathers So Vicious, I might as well say it. Feathers So Vicious is book 1, and it's a dark romance. Pretty dark. I don't know how dark you like to go. So it's a dark romance, a shifter romance. So yeah. Coda says, I'm alive. I got all the Fear Street books. Woohoo! Organized into a tentative mine and extra piles. Got my list all checked off. Nicely done. Well done. Go you. Yeah, I believe in mojo of what you're thinking goes into your project. That is correct. That is very, very much true. So I just try to be as positive as possible since I'm making baby blankets. Yeah. So you want to just get something that, you just need to get out of your head. That if you're getting frustrated, you're in your head too much. No, so yeah, that would be my thinking. Don't have the patience to do crafts works, so I give you a lot of credit. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll try these, no worries. Crafting keeps me sane, I'm assuming that, and not killing people at work. Yes, I agree. So think about it. I'm stabbing fabric and I've done it 911 times. I believe I've just saved 911 souls. So yeah. Are you going to be studying all the Storygraph scores of the women's prize books ever longlisted? No, I think I'm just going to wing it. I don't know how good I'm going to go at that. I've failed dismally as a spectator, so I don't expect that I'm going to get any good at that at all. I mean, I can give it a go, but no, I don't think I'll be studying it. I think I can think of, I think it's a lot of fun, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I I will be watching tentatively. I will be watching with great gusto this week because of the questions and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to be on there. I'm nervous at the same time, and I don't know why. But anyway, like it's not as if I haven't read any of the books from this year, right? I think it's more fun when people are a disaster during the game. Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's the whole fun of it. Like, I think it's funny. So yeah. Jean, do you watch the plot along? If you watch the plot along on Gem and Charlie's channel, then you'll. It's a game that they play with the Women's Prize for Fiction. They ask, whether they give you a list of books, and you've got to go higher or lower. So yeah, in the ratings, like the star ratings, like what the overall rating is of the book. That I don't think I've ever seen you on the plot along, Jean, so you wouldn't know about it. My Fear Street list, not my to-do list. Just want to be clear. That's so funny. I didn't think it was off your to-do list at all. It'll be fantastic on the plot. I hope so. That I know them from comments and all that sort of stuff and whatnot, but I've never actually interacted along. So yeah. I still need to watch Canada Read shows. That's fair. Plod Along, Plod, Plod Along is where it happens every year at the Women's Prize for Fiction and Nonfiction, and they have guests on their channel that read all the Women's Prize books. People that make content around it and stuff, and we end up being on their channel. And I have been invited to be on there this year. So yeah. The channel is Gem of Books if you want to check Jean. Yeah. And also Charlie as well. They alternate between themselves. Definitely do not have the same number of stitches. Oh, that's a huge bummer. That is a huge bummer. I'm sorry, hon. That sucks big time. Big time. Yeah. Plod. Yes. Not plop. Plod. Plod, plod along. So yes, I'm going to be a special guest on the 13th, Sunday the 13th at 10 a.m. British Summer Time, which is 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard. Yes, Charlie Brooke Reads is the other channel. That is correct. I couldn't think of the name off the top of my head. I just don't Charlie. I know where I'm going. So yeah. I've been following him for quite some time. There is no link yet because the live stream hasn't been set up yet. It's a live stream that I'll be on, and we'll be talking all things Women's Prize list and probably shortlist and maybe some booker stuff, which I don't follow. I don't know who the other person is that's going to be on there. They only contacted me today. So yeah. But I am nervous. Anyway, I'll be fine. I'm not going to think about it. Not going to think about it. So it's Sunday week that I'll be on the 13th. So yeah. Yes, it is cool and exciting. I agree. Yeah, I agree. It is exciting because I didn't think any of these people watched me, but apparently some of them do. And so, yeah, what drama is going on? I do like pretty dark. going on? What is that drama? Ow, I just got a cramp in my leg. Yes, I thank you. Yeah, I do need to get my crisp flavor ready. I don't know. Well, I did have one, but someone else took it, so I have to come up with something different now. So yeah. Nervous nervous is the same emotion as excited. Yes. Channel bestie, channel it. Can you channel it for me? I've got stuff all in front of me, Coda. I can't reach my keyboard, so Chris, can you channel it for me, please? Are you a linky? No, you're not a linky. Let me just see if I can make you a moderator from here. No, damn, I can't. I'll put the links on. Let me just get YouTube up. Hang on a sec. I'll see if I can do it all with my mouse. I've just got a big frame in front of me, and to get to the keyboard's a bit of a mission. So give me 5 seconds. Let me have a look. Let me just see if I've got them in. There we go. Go to here. I don't have Charlie's, but I do have Gems available. Let me just pause that and share. Copy. I'll share the latest video. Thank you. There's Charlie's. And that is the latest video that I just popped up for Gems. So where they were talking about the shortlist this morning. We all piled in. Sorry, Chris, I didn't realize you weren't a moderator over here. I will rectify that before next week. So yeah. Where are we up to? Congrats on being invited. Thank you very much. You shouldn't be nervous. It'll be a piece of cake compared to all the streams that you do. Plus, Gems, Gem complimented all the work you do on videos and reading the books. Oh, did she? I didn't see that bit. Oh, thanks, Gem. So yeah, you'll totally rock it. I hope so, because I do get nervous and I do get quiet when I'm nervous, because I'm inherently a shy person when I'm meeting new people. But I feel like I know Charlie and Gem because I watch them and stuff, so I should be fine. And I'll channel my inner tick where I just prattle on and don't shut up or something. That's what I worry about. Or I'll say something really stupid. But so yeah, because I get nervous. Wait, what's happening? I've been talking to Nell. Oh, I got invited to be on the Women's Prize for Fiction plot along with Gem and Charlie, and the links are in the chat now for their channels. On the 13th of this month, 10 a.m. British summer time, which is 8 p.m. my time, which will be like 10 p.m. your time, Jess. Or actually it will still be 11 p.m. I think, because daylight saving would have finished. Yeah. So yeah. Yes, as in chips. Yes. Thank you. Just still trying to figure out this stress stuff at work. Oh my God. I meant channel the emotion to feel excited instead of, oh, okay, no worries. Awesome. Goofy woman. I know, right? These are all chatting really fast. I'm trying to keep up with the conversation. There's like, I'm explaining things to Jean and like all the things are happening. So yeah. If you feel nervous in the moment, tell everyone around you how excited you are. Okay, I'll do that. If you get nervous, just say Down with Stroughton or Trespassers was robbed. I'm not gonna. See, the thing is, I align with Jem in a lot of things. So yeah, but so G Strout was copying some hate today. Oh my goodness, that was so funny. That like, because it's on the short list. Like I cannot believe, but Charlie was right in one thing that she said, like, and also Liz, my friend, also said that it's because the judges know her body of work. And but my argument is that's not judging, that's favoritism then. So that's my argument. That if sure, they might know the body of work, but was it a good body of work? That, like, is it a good book that was put forward? I don't think so. That, and considering it's book 5, I think that is wrong. So yeah. But on that note, we are going to wrap up. I don't know who is sprinting still, or if anybody is sprinting. I don't think Saluna is sprinting. I didn't check before I started, but I will just bring up the homepage and tell some people might be still sprinting, and I'll be able to tell you of some people because Christina is not here. Atia is actually sprinting right now. So yes, Atia is sprinting right now. And that's all I can see that's live right now on my subscription list. Saluna doesn't, I've got Saluna there, but I don't believe she has anything scheduled. No, nothing scheduled at this point. So yeah. But the only person that I can see off my subscription list is Atia that is streaming right now. Oh, I should have just come to my homepage because both Charlie and Gemma's pages are right there. Oh my God. And I've only got 20 to go and I'm on 1,500 subscribers. What the heck is going on there? Well, there you go. So yeah, anyway, back to over here. Thank you for popping that up, Coda. Yes, Atia is sprinting. I can't wait to reread Birdie. No, no, I'm not going to say that at all. No, I'm just going to go in there and be honest about what I like. There's no point in trying to ruffle anybody's feathers. Pardon the pun. Then they should have a Lifetime Achievement Award, not use the current year's pick. Yeah, I realize. I would love to say that to the judges. If you're going to, have another prize where past winners' books are on there, or past bodies of work of people that have been nominated before. You could do, once every couple of years, do that. But I think it was ridiculous they put it on there. It sounds like, yeah, pretty much. The Strout book was awful. The plot today was pretty much a Strout hate fest. And that's a lot of people that promote this prize. Like, all the people that promote this prize pretty much said that they didn't like the Strout book or don't like Strout. And I mean, it's not really up to us. It is it is all of at the end of the day, those 5 judges obviously like those books. And I don't know what you were hooing. Personally, the Oscars this year, I thought the only person who deserved to win was. You might want to mention All Fours. Yeah, look, I have some thoughts on All Fours. Like, I like. My thoughts is that the author was trying to show how ludicrous, perimenopause and menopause can be for some women. I mean, did we, as Jem said, did we need that much masturbation in a book? No, I don't think we did. But I think that I don't think. Oh my God. Seen that link come up, Dakota. I don't think we needed all of that was in there to get the point across on that. It was just, wasn't a great book. If you all need a break from sprinting, here's a guy live streaming stripper club prank calls. There you go. That's something different. We all know what Coda does in his spare time. So, yeah. And with that note, I'm going to leave that with you, and I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I need to get up because my legs are starting to cramp because I've been sitting for over 3 hours. And yeah, of course, I will see you all tomorrow on time at oh, you just went to the live tab too. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I will be on time tomorrow, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for Seriously Serious Book Club. Coda, however, will not be on time because Coda is working tomorrow. So we will see. Well, Coda will join us a little bit later on. So we will see you at some stage then. On a side note, I win. I will now end the stream so you can't defend yourself. Oh, that's fair. So Coda watches guys that is pranking stripper clubs. Interesting content you're watching there. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for joining. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click all notifications so you get notified next time I upload something. Crafty vlogs will be returning as of next week. And of course, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below if you're watching the replay. And I'm watching it too. Jeez. Sure, that's what you say. Sure you are. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye for now.